Well, I was only saying to Frank the other day that you're looking so much better now you're invisible. And then he said, that's not very fair. You've got a show to do and you should get on with it. But I know that you're like that woman from Gone with the Wind. You were here a minute ago and then suddenly you blew off. And now the whole audience have got pegs on their nose. I don't know what will happen. Anyway, it's been lovely to do the show with you, but I'm afraid the lovely Julia has got to come in a minute, so you'll just have to go and do your own thing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Vobes One-Eye Kenobi Showbie, just talking to the invisible man or my invisible friend, one of the three, and it doesn't matter which one. It is Friday the 18th, in fact, of February 2022, and it must be sometime after 8 o'clock because automatically the thing goes on. Oh, the main light's on. Do you mind turning the main light off? Sorry, kind. There we are. That's much better. And it's that time of the week in which we say it's 5 to 5. It's Crackerjack. No, wait, I'm on the wrong blooming programme there. The lovely Julia is here. She's just over there putting her makeup on, but don't let that worry you. The topic of tonight's show is the most important lesson in life that you've learned. No, it's not. It's things that really happen to you that no one... No, it's not that either. Actually, tonight we've changed it to did the wind get you? Have you had the wind up you? That's what we want to find out. Have you been blown away by Emmerdale... What's her name? Useless. The useless 100-mile-an-hour winds, we were told. All I saw was a few dustbins going down the road, like Daleks out of control. Exterminate! Help! It's pretty much what was happening. But was it more severe where you are? That's what I want to find out. Do let us know. You can give us a call, but not at the moment because the phone is off. 0793 474 6790 is the number when the phone is on. Now, we also have on the show, by the way, lovely to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. Do sit down and settle down. Stop talking amongst yourselves and don't eat the popcorn noisily. We do have a number of videos on tonight's show from Lynn B, Ray of Hope, Bernie, Mark Burgess, Charles B, and Mark Burgess and Lynn B. I don't know what's happening there. We seem to have a number of repeats in the show. Now, I don't know if Charles B is out there. You know who you are, Charles. You sent in an absolutely delightful video, absolutely fantastic, but unfortunately I can't show it. The sad thing is you've used music from Epidemic Sound, and because it's Epidemic Sound, if it goes on another YouTube channel, the YouTube channel it goes on gets a sting in the tail, and it means I can't show it. And it's such a shame because it's such a lovely and delightful video. I watched it this afternoon or just before the show started. It's a lovely, lovely video, but unfortunately I can't put it in because automatically I'll get a copyright strike or a challenge, and then I'll just have to delete it or scrub it out or whatever. And it's such a shame because you put it together so well. So the question I ask you is there any chance you could score it with copyright-free music that's okay on any channel? Because I've done this with Epidemic Sound before. Someone sent in a video and it's got Epidemic Sound music on it, and you may well have the license for it for your channel, but they don't like it on any other channel. And then we get another copyright strike and all of that. Ray of Hope says, I'm sitting here on a portable generator. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Might run out of fuel before the end of the show. I need the generator to run the broadband router. Why, have you lost power? Have you got an outage at your place? Has all the lights gone out? Are you sitting there with candles and a wee willy winky hat and looking all very sorry for yourself? Or is this just a gambit? That's what we want to know. Lynn B says nuggets. I don't know why she says that, but that is exactly what she says with a laughing face. Well, that's nice. And Jana Jones says, hi, lovely Michael, with a massive, great big heart. Mr. Mocky, on the other hand, is saying 122 miles per hour at the Needles, they say. Well, you know what they say, a rich man has a better chance of flying through the eye of the needle than hello, lovely Julia, what are you doing here? Sorry I'm late. What's your excuse? Wind. The wind blew you past. You, instead of going, couldn't get out of the car.
The wind kept blowing my car back that way.
Oh, yes, that way.
That way.
Yes, because the wind was going... Now, here we go. Was it a west wind or an east wind? It was...
Depends which way it's coming from.
Well, it was travelling eastwards, but it was coming from the west. So does it mean
it's a westward wind?
Is it a westward wind?
Because it's coming from the west.
And not where it's going?
No.
It's going east.
It's coming from.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So it was a westward wind.
As far as I know.
It was a westward wind coming through. That would be interesting. Rachel T.S. says she has 4 candles, which is very nice. Connor McLeod says hardly a breath of wind here. Plenty of hot air, though. That doesn't surprise me. Simon says it's a west wind because it's probably because it's from the west.
Southwest wind, says Judith.
Is it? Well, all right. We're not being that technical, but thank you very much, Judith. No, but we will be because Judith is adjudicating. Adjudicating. Yes, that's right. You've got to be careful. Otherwise, she might borrow Linda Kane's whips. And then we're all whips and chains, stick it up your nose, it's whips and chains.
Do I have to stick it up my nose? I really wouldn't like to stick
No, don't stick it up your nose. Your nose, your conch is a very important gadget on your face.
It is.
In fact, it's probably the most important gadget on your face. The eyes are important, probably the second most important thing. And then the mouth.
I guess the mouth is quite important because without nourishment as well. You know.
Well, without nourishment, but if you can't breathe...
If you can't breathe, then you don't need the nourishment.
Yeah, and
I see.
I've been reading...
I see.
Do you want me to pop my eye
I'll
out
just
now?
get my coat.
Yeah, get it.
Bye.
Why, is he saying it's cold or something?
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
No, I get my coat and leave because I made a bed.
Sexy time, says Mr. Mocky. Apropos.
Out of nowhere.
The winds of change, says Michael White, which is very nice. Daniel says you're keeping well. Yes, thank you very much. Keeping very... Are you all right?
You said the winds have changed.
The winds have changed. What, and your face will stay the same?
No, but... Oh, Julia's mic?
Julia's mic. Oh, you want to be put up, do you? Oh, you want to hear her?
Well,
I don't understand it. Why do you want to hear her? For goodness sake. Ron Langley says, nice to see you nice. Oh, yes, Ron Langley and Elaine were standing in this very studio only the other day. And then Ron said, can I have my screen back, please, seeing as you're not showing it? And he didn't actually say that. No, luckily. He said, it's very nice to see the studio, very nice. What can I buy for the studio? And I said, well, you could buy us a whole new studio. If you've got £500,000, we could buy an actual building and put the studio in the building.
We could have done that.
Yeah.
That building at the end there, couldn't we?
Yeah, there's a building down the end there. They've knocked it down. It would have been perfection. Colonel Crograti says, managed to lose 3 fence panels today and a little bit round the midriff. What? No. And at the back of the Colonel's grand estate. They were very old, so it's not a surprise. Well, we're not very unhappy for you then. Because did you hear that?
Yep.
That's a bin. The Daleks would not cope in this weather. That's how you get rid of the Daleks. Lovely to see a Doctor Who version with a giant wind machine. And the Daleks come up the street.
There, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely Mr. Trick. The lights are off in North Horsham, says Ray of Hope. Well, they've been off ever since I left, to be honest with you. The lights in Horsham. No bright lights there. I was the last of the bright lights in Horsham, I can tell you. Mind you, my headmaster was very pleased to see the back of me. He says you've been far too bright for this school, Forest boys, back then. Brian Jeffries says, this is the ideal opportunity to throw all your rubbish in next door's garden and blame it on Storm Eustace.
We don't recommend this, but it is a funny thought.
I did walk down the road today, and those people who put out their rubbish, in which the bin men didn't come for their rubbish, was no longer in the bins.
Oh, no.
Yes, most of it. And the thing was, they came for the black bin liners, which I guess is better because what was left was all the recycling stuff, which was blowing around cardboard boxes, tin cans, bottles, you name it. Yeah. All those things that you can recycle, dead cats, ferrets, grannies, children, all the
raccoons.
All the things, raccoons, all the things you don't don't want. And Seabird says, apparently, we are 1 centimetre taller in the morning than we are at night. It's all to do with the body resting at night, stretching back out again. Yeah. Just an unusual fact for tonight. What if you...
When we're horizontal, the body just oozes out, and there's no gravity. Oozes out? But gravity isn't, pressing down on our heads and
Is that the same, though, for shift workers?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're a night worker, are you going to be taller in the morning than you are at night?
No, it's I know what you're doing, but...
You see what I mean?
No, it's the amount of time laying down. It's the time spent laying down.
No, but... you
haven't got the gravity on your head.
Yeah, but Seabird says apparently we're 1 centimetre taller in the morning,
yes.
So it's after sleep.
Yes, but you're being fidgety, and you know why. It's because they've been lying down.
Yes, so that's what I'm saying. If you're a night worker, you're sleeping in the day and you're getting up at night.
So it'll be at night when you're 1 centimetre taller. Yeah.
That's what I was just asking.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
I wasn't being finicky. Me?
No, I thought...
Finicky?
Finicky, no, I thought you were being...
Finicky.
I thought you were being, Vobes.
Vobes? Very idea. You think I'm like that Vobes bloke?
Who'd have thunk it? What? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
So have you been blown away? Obviously, if you're in a different country and there's no wind going around, we don't want to hear from you. But we do want to hear from all those people who've got any kind of story that involves wind, from exterior wind, not posterior wind. Michael White says, I just blew in from a windy city. The windy city is mighty pretty. Mm-hmm. Yes, and has it got a massive jetty? Oh, no, it doesn't rhyme, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Colin McLeod says there was a tree blown over in a tree. A tree blown over in a tree in a Cornwall village. Awesome power of nature.
There was a tree blown over in a tree in a Cornish village.
I'm trying to make sense of that, but no.
Can you write it in English?
There's been quite a few trees down. It usually happens in high winds, unfortunately.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was talking to Ricky, which is always an unfortunate thing, and he said there's a tree just up the road from me, it's blown over, the council have come along, chopped it up into nice little tiny pieces, ready to be taken away. He said, why don't we go up there in our vans and help ourselves, because what are they going to do? They're only going to mulch it. But turns out he's already spoken to the council on previous occasions, and they said, no, we won't sell you the wood, we won't give you the wood, we're going to mulch it up and then just throw it in the air. Well, I don't know what they do.
They'll probably put it in, line the floor of local parks with it. Maybe. I don't know.
What, so it's like as a trip hazard?
No, it's the, bouncy kind of soft layer on the ground in the kids' parks.
Oh, in the kids' parks, right, so they can lob it at each other.
Well, if you're Joseph, then yeah, that's what you do with it.
Ah, right, there we are. That's a good thing. Now, we do have a number of videos in tonight's show, as I mentioned. So, apart from blowing off stories, which we hope to have a few of, it's very nice. Tilly Dog says, morning, Vobesters. Hello. Morning to you.
Morning, Tilly Dog.
Where the hell are you to be morning at the moment? It must be down there in New Zealand or Australia or somewhere like that. Station Master Choice says, in the storm of January 1990, I was driving my bus from Pevensey to Eastbourne, the wind gust of 90 miles an odd. I was moving at about 40 miles when this gust hit across the bus head on and stopped me dead.
Scary stuff.
He's a ghost then, is he? It's a ghost going out making all these videos. How can he be dead?
But I'm
just saying.
He's dead funny. Unlike you.
John Foster says, I am in another country in sight of Fastnet Rock. It's been very windy here, but it often is.
Mr. Bazzaby is a massive fan of Zane. He's always asking where Zane is. Zane has already commented in the chat section if you have a look-ski. And yes, Zane, we're not taking calls in the beginning of the shows for now. We're only taking them from the second half. So please do hold on and give us a call in a bit.
I'll let you know when the phone is on the hook. At the moment, it's off the hook.
I didn't know it was on a hook.
I know. I wish we had one of those old-fashioned phones. It'd be so much funnier. Hello.
Sayings are so funny, aren't they?
What?
On the hook. I mean, did it ever have a hook? Yes, it did originally.
Yes, it had a hook. You used to put it on a hook. In the old days, candlestick one, it had a bit. It was upright like this.
Yeah.
Demonstrate with
a pen. And then
it
had an actual hook.
And it had a little bit like that, and you put the receiver on the hook.
Yeah.
And you would take
that
off.
would end a call, wouldn't it?
Yes,
wouldn't it?
Yes, because the lever would turn. End the call. It would shut off.
So it's funny how few people. Well, really know that, really, now, isn't there?
Well, we've told a few.
We've told a couple, but most of these people, lovely people,
They're very
would
clever.
have already known.
Yes, they're high
What was the
intelligent. that lot.
What was the saying that we said the other day?
Well, there's so many sayings. Like the one I said to you the other day, I said, "Get out and never darken my door again."
Yeah, there was that one.
That was that one. And the other one was, "Stop poking me in the ribs, you're making me laugh." That was that phrase. And see, you're doing it again.
That wasn't a laugh.
And the other one is, if you do that again, I'll smack you in the gob.
Right.
That was plenty of sayings there.
Sensible Paul says, time to get your wood, as there will be lots and will be cheaper.
Well, let's hope it is, but they're not allowed to sell it green. That's the thing at the moment. That is the law now. You can't steady. You can't sell it green. You've got to wait. So you could buy it and pick it up in 2 years' time when it's fully seasoned. Before we go to the videos, ladies and gentlemen, we had a mystery box and nobody guessed what was inside it. So we're going to throw it on the fire. No, we're not. We're not going to do that, are we?
No, because we don't do silly things like that.
Now, if I remember rightly, it's from Mike and Wendy Hannah. I didn't read that off the page. You didn't see that?
Nope, nothing.
So now the lovely Julia is going to open the box and we're going to find out what's in the box. Then we're going to show you some videos. Then we're going to open up the phone calls. Then we're going to end the show. And then we're going to have a cup of tea and then you're going home. And that is it. So,
and that is...
Oh, you're going to open the box. Don't let me open the box. So, ladies and gentlemen, for £500 of mouldy old potatoes that you can collect yourself from an allotment near you, what is in the box? 60 minutes to go.
Anyone want a last guess? Considering there's a clue on the box.
6 min.
I'm assuming that's a clue.
Is it a clue?
60 minutes.
Is it minutes or 6 min?
Well, I can't think what else min might be.
Well, it might be
60 miniature.
60
miniature Erics.
Yes, could be. Could be a miniature.
60
seconds.
Minute.
You've got a minute before it blows up.
Ooh.
Oh.
Ain't that nice?
Oh. So 60 minutes.
60
is that
minute
1 minute
timer.
of purple sand? Ladies and gentlemen, it is a sand timer.
Well, let's leave it here and find out. I think it's 60-minute timer.
Yeah, it's not very good there. What have you done with the box? You can put it on top of the box.
I'm bending down to get.
Oh, you see, you're very clever, aren't you and your film crew?
Me and my film crew. That's you.
Oh, yes, that's right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we present...
Lovely purple
47 seconds, probably. This is
thrilling show. We're going to
gripping.
Go down.
Can you act? I wonder if they can see it. Maybe they need the special sand timer camera that we have prepared. Look at that. Oh yes, this is luxury television. This is luxury. We could leave that there for hours, but it runs out in less than an hour. Meanwhile, whilst that is doing its thing, we won't linger any longer with that sort of nonsense. We are going to play a video.
Do you have to let it linger?
No, I don't. Not any longer.
Do you have to?
No,
Do you
I don't.
have to let it linger?
Not anymore. Oh, I'm going to move the camera so that you can't be seen. There we go. Right.
Wobbly now.
Yeah, sorry about that. Actually, I still haven't done... The table in here is all
I know,
out of
it's all
skew.
wonky. You didn't believe me for ages. I kept telling him, that table's getting wonkier and wonkier. Every time someone else is in here, it gets further and further that way, this side.
Yeah, maybe we should...
But that's why Chris Bedford, our lovely...
chap.
What's his other name?
Guest.
Dump man.
Yes.
Looked that much bigger than you. I mean,
he...
you know he is a big fella, tall and everything, but it's because he was closer to the...
Is it more like
closer to the camera.
Is it...
Yeah, we'll sort it another time when we've got time before a show.
Look, that is taking longer than a minute. Maybe that's...
Like I said, that's 60 minutes, not 60 seconds.
Oh, 60 minutes. That's an hour.
That's an hour.
Oh, yes. There was me thinking it was a sec. That's an hour.
So it'll...
Plus or minus, it says there by 10... Look. It says there plus or minus by 10 minutes. Oh,
It
sorry.
does.
I was just trying to show them how quickly it can go through. Look, it's nearly halfway done. Anyway, we're going to leave that to do its thing.
Now we have a show timer.
We have a show. Yeah, actually, that's true. Soon as the last grain of sand comes out there, we are dead.
I'm out of the door.
Nigel says, look, he said the same. You have a show time. Is that what you said, or did you read
No,
it?
you just said it and you read it.
No, it was plus or minus 10 seconds, says John W.
There's a big one in Budapest that takes a year to run through. Oh, a big one of these. I thought he was having a conversation with someone else then. Daily Walker said that. Cool. Budapest. Can we have a look?
What, in Budapest?
Budapest sand timer. Big or giant Budapest sand timer? Let's see. Let's have a look. Ski. Not that I disbelieve you, Dale.
No, I don't doubt you. Whilst I'm looking for that, Lord Geoffrey Harrison says, Vobes Show, have you heard anything from your friend Phoenix History? How's he doing? I haven't heard any more from him. Somebody else sent me an email, said, look after Dan. Has somebody heard something about him? Has he ended up in hospital, or has he broken a leg or disappeared off the face of? What's going on there? Because that's the second time someone's referenced him as in, have you heard of him? And it's slightly worrying because other than when he was here, I've not been in communication with him. We were going to do a walk, but the weather was atrocious, so we've postponed it. So that would be good. Phone calls will now be timed by SAT. Yeah, but they won't be an hour long, I can tell you that much. What am I looking for? Budapest.
Budapest.
Budapest. Sand timer. Is that it?
That might be it. I guess so.
That's a wheel timer, that is. It really is. Hang on.
Really
We'll show you what we're looking at.
Oh.
Budapest sand shop. Budapest images. Wait, time wheel? Is that it?
That big wheel.
The time wheel, Hungarian, large hourglass. Yeah, this is what it says on Wikipedia. And there it is.
Wow. I like that it looks kind of clock-like. Huh. Oh, wow. Takes a year to go round.
A year?
To go down, yeah.
Huh. Well, I never knew that.
Huh. I wonder what time of year it was. That photo was taken. Must have been March, January.
Yeah, I reckon that must have been like February.
March, April.
That looks like there's a couple of months in there, doesn't it? A couple of months of sand. And if you're stuck, if you're doing a bit of building work and you're stuck for a bit of sand and you live in Budapest, you could just snip over there, couldn't you? How would they know? He's taken a year out, says Lord Jeffrey.
Right. Nigel Sadler says Dan is having some issues. He's still making his videos, but has turned off the comments for the benefit of his mental health. Well, we can both completely understand that.
Yeah.
So we'll have to get in contact with him and just give him some reassurance.
Yeah,
I don't know,
him some moral...
For whatever that's worth.
Yeah, what is it worth?
I don't know. It might be worth something to Dan.
The camera is all...
You're thinking of him.
Hang on a minute. I'm going to put this that way.
We're all discombobulated today.
Now, you need to come this way a bit. And you need to move the microphone as well. Sorry, but... Right.
You need to go that way a bit.
Shut up. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to play a video. So, shush. Get your popcorn ready and behave. So... What would you think? It was a good video. That one
was pretty good.
That was very short, but
so good. I'm not sure I even saw anything.
Right, no. Lynn B has this. You'll like this one. That's my hand, and you'll like it. This is horse logging and woodcrafts, care of Lynn B. I don't know where she went. She went somewhere. She did say in an email and what have you. But
Small doll. I know this.
Small doll.
Yes, because she was talking to me earlier about it on Facebook.
Small dog.
Doll.
Who am I doing? Lynn B. Here we go. Lynn. I think it's video number 2. I'm not sure. I might have got the wrong one. Hold on a minute. We'll see. It's a bit discombobulated today. Someone's happy.
That was lovely.
Both the bloke, the horse, and the lovely Julia. Very happy for saying that. Thank you very much, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn.
So tell us about that then.
Because I'd posted in the Facebook Bold Explorer group an article about, I can't remember, I think it was the Forestry Commission using horses for logging.
It's always good to flog horses, isn't it? Oh, sorry, logging, not flogging.
Yes, and she said, "Oh, have you been to Small Doll? They use them there." So, and I was like, "Oh, I have been there, but I haven't seen them doing it there." And she said, "Oh well, she sent me a few of the pictures, had a look at them, and said they're lovely." She said she was going to put them together to make a video.
She should
for the Vobes Show.
Yeah, if you do, Lynn, we'll play it and show. Wait a minute, we just have. Yeah, sorry about that. No, lovely. That's
Beautiful
very nice.
Horse.
Lovely to see horses doing the old-fashioned thing instead of machines.
I was trying to work out what breed it is. It looks like a Haflinger, which is a North Nordic sort of breed. Beautiful, either way.
And they were pulling out the trees for...
Well, there's several reasons they take trees out of woodlands. That is to allow space for the sun to come down and for new life to grow up. But I don't know what specific reasons they had for that one.
It's a shame because I've got a lovely essay and I could burn it. How marvellous. Anyway, thank you very much, Lynn B. She's also sent another video, and if we get time, we shall. Now, I don't know if Charles B is out there. I sent out a message a few minutes ago just to say to Charles, if you're watching, and you may not be watching live, of course, we've got a lovely video from you, but unfortunately I can't play it because you've used Epidemic Sound, and Epidemic Sound is licensed only to you on your channel, and if you share it, it means the other channel can't play it, which is a bit of a shame. However, Artlist, by the way, who I mainly used, if I've got the license to use it and I give it to you to put on your channel, you can use it on your channel. Don't ask me how that happens. They're a bit more accommodating, and that was one of the reasons why I went with Artlist and not Epidemic Sound. But each to their own.
Yeah, strange. And Bolton says Suffolk Punch horses. I think they didn't. They looked a bit small for Suffolk Punch. I thought Suffolk Punch were bigger and broader of the chest.
And of course had big punch. What are those things you put on your hand?
Boxing gloves.
Boxing gloves.
There. It'll be all right.
No, I won't.
But yeah, no, they could have been.
Now.
They could have been because I've never actually seen a Suffolk Punch horse in the flesh. Lynn B says it was lovely to see and a beautiful woodland. Oh, Andrew Norris would love it. Yes, he would.
Jason Patrick, yes, you've reminded me. Jason has sent in a fantastic thing. I was hoping to get that into one of the Bald Explorer videos. So watch this space because you sent something in. I haven't actually got it up here. It's downstairs in the other part of the studio, down in the left wing somewhere, or in the asylum probably. But big thank you. I'm sure I thanked you when it arrived, but big thank you for sending it in. But I wanted to show it in one of the videos that I'm doing coming up fairly soon.
Exciting.
So yeah, all very exciting. And how's the sand timer? How many minutes are we into the show now?
It is 475 grains down. That's 565 grains down. Yeah, anyway.
That's a lot of grains, isn't it? If only that was sugar, eh? You would have eaten it all by now. Now.
Don't mention the white stuff.
Don't mention the pure white and deadly.
If it was purple,
yeah,
that'd be really bad.
That's like sherbet, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sherbet lemons.
It's funny though, it does not look appetising though, so that's good.
It would be, what's that sweet that's like violet something or other? Violet, what are those?
Parma violet.
Parma violets. What is the Parma bit?
I have no idea, but I hate them. Ooh, the smell,
Parma
the
violets.
taste, yak.
I like watching cowboys, says Sean O'Brien, apropos of. Thanks for that, Sean.
I like watching cowboy stuff,
yeah,
too.
I like watching cowboys.
One of my favourite singers, Dua Lipa, one of her recent music videos from last year, she's riding, or doing cowboy stuff. It's very nice.
Glad we know that.
I think it's called Love Again. Have a look at it, Sean.
What's Love?
Love Again.
Oh, not
by Dua
again.
Lipa, the official music video.
Time for another video. We will open the phone calls, but we need to get through these because there's rather a lot of them.
Yep.
So it's time for music now. And let's hope we don't get...
I was going to say, so it's ploughing on with them.
Oh, ploughing on, yeah, very good. Yeah. So this is a piece of music which we hope we won't also get a copyright strike on, because we've recently just found that whatever we do, as soon as you even mention the artist's name now, that is proving problematic for us. Mainly for me, because I never know who the artist is. I've never heard of them. Apparently, Alan Davis was on the show the other day.
Really?
Yeah, apparently on this show. He was presenting the show for a while. I looked back at the comments and they were saying Alan Davis is in.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah. I thought he lived in a windmill. Anyway, Ray of Hope has sent in a wonderful tune called Whiskey. I don't know what the tune is. I've never heard it before. And it may be from that wonderful film, Whiskey Galore, but probably unlikely. Let's have a look anyway.
Whiskey in the jar-o.
There we go. That was Whiskey. I don't know anything more about it. Do you know more about it? Never heard it before.
I have heard of it. I heard it, but I don't know much about it. I don't really understand the lyrics either.
How do the lyrics go?
I don't know. You put me on the spot.
I don't understand.
I don't like that spot. Don't put me on it.
Sorry, you're been put on the spot again. I do beg your pardon. Sorry, I must leave my spots in more places than one. Thank you very much, Ray. Lovely playing.
That was so nice.
You should have seen us in the studio. We were dancing about.
Missed your music so much.
Yeah,
so that was a real treat.
Alan Williams says it's a traditional Irish song. So there we go. I love that song, says Tilly Dog, and it was by Thin Lizzy. Whoever Thin Lizzy was. Was she a thin girl?
They did a version of it, yes.
Was she a very thin woman, presumably, poor old Lizzy. Chris Yvette says, we busk this one on Christmas... I'll start that again. Chris Navard says, we busk this one on Christmas... On
Guildford High Street, always popular with the Guildford shopping glitterati.
Thank you. Can you read all the words I can't say? Had an email in just now. This came in 20 minutes ago, ladies and gentlemen. I thought this was so funny I should read it out. Steve Love says, with these high winds, I'm worried about the caravan on my driveway. Especially as 10 minutes ago, I didn't have a caravan on my driveway. So, yeah, it's a bit of a worry. Thank you, Steve. Very much appreciate that. Also, on the email box, Pete Colonel Craig Ratty has sent in a new picture that he has just finished. He says, here's a new drawing I completed today. Me leading the climb in the Peak District in peak winds. In 2021. Photo also attached so that you can compare the notes. So let's have a look at the picture. Here he is, clambering up the mountainside. Oh, my. And here's one where he coloured it in very realistic colours. It's pretty good.
It's almost like you're there.
Bing! There we are, you see? It's marvellous how they do that, how they extract the colours 1 minute and then, as if by magic,
Ta-da!
They managed to put them back in again.
Fantastic.
It's new technology. I don't know how it works.
Going back to Whiskey in the Jarro.
Yes.
Nuggets Van Life says it's an Irish song about a highwayman.
Oh,
Cool.
a highwayman.
And Conor McLeod says Thin Lizzy is actually a thin black Irishman.
Oh, right. So is his name Lizzie?
I don't know.
Is that like that? Who's that? Who's that one that's got a woman's name, but it's a bloke singing it? There's a heavy metal band, not Iron Maiden, but it's like that. It's Alice.
Oh, Alice
Cooper?
in Chains. Alice Cooper, yeah.
And it's actually a bloke.
Yeah.
What is it with bands that get like? We're all blokes, aren't we? Yeah.
It's just a rock and roll name, dude.
Any of us got gender fluid problems? No? Right, we're all men, yeah? We're gonna call ourselves Bernice. It's a good name for a band, isn't it? Bernice. Bernice Nanny, that's what you get with me. Bernice Nanny, I like to sit on a flea.
Will Martin says actually he's mixed race.
Who is?
The black Irishman.
Oh, the black.
Thin Lizzy.
He's mixed race. So
He's
he's not
mixed race.
Irish. He's some other one. He's not
No,
Jesus.
he's Irish, but he's a
He's
mixed
just-
race.
All right.
Oh, no, I see what you're saying. There was one more I wanted to read. John Foster says, get yourselves over here. He's in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
You'll soon hear all about whiskey in the jar.
Oh, yes. We say, well, get yourself over here now. Why don't you? Why don't you get yourself over here? I'm waiting for the slap. Why don't you get out?
Will Martin says, these are some of the lyrics. Whack for my daddy-o, there's whiskey in the jar.
Whack for my daddy-o, why
Whack
don't
for
you?
my daddy-o.
Whack.
Whack
What
for
does
my
whack?
daddy-o.
What is the whack
There's
bit?
whiskey in the jar. I don't know.
Is that like a drug? Is it?
No, I think it just literally means whack.
It does mean like a punch in the face, why don't you?
I don't
Indeed.
know.
I don't know why they keep going, why don't you? Do they say that in Ireland? I'm sure they don't. Why don't you shut up, Mr. Vobes? Yes, probably a good idea. Probably a very good idea. And thank you very
How
much.
sturdy this is.
No, it's not very sturdy at all. Look at it. It's not even halfway
His name
through.
was Phil Lynott of Thin Lizzy, apparently.
Phil Lynott.
TD Dog says, I like the Pogues version of Whiskey in the Jar.
Pogues. Are they from Pogle's
Pogues.
Wood?
I don't know, but the Pogues, they did one of the famous and really overplayed Christmas songs, didn't they?
Did they?
Didn't they?
I don't know.
Didn't
Don't ask
they?
me. I don't know
Didn't
nothing
they?
about
Didn't
music.
They? Didn't they?
They must be from Pogle's Wood because the Pogles were great. That's not a Cork accent, Richard. Give us a Cork accent, John.
Give us a call and give us a...
Hello there.
Not taking
It's me, John. You've got a Cork accent at all, whatever.
Conor McLeod says, whack is poteen Irish moonshine.
Moonshine.
So moonshine is an American thing, isn't it? Moonshine is basically a homemade brew. So
I've had moonshine.
have you?
In America.
Oh, you lucky thing.
Now, you remember I was telling you about my lovely friend Charles
Oh, yes,
Stell.
yes.
Charles Aloysius Stell.
I love that name. Aloysius is such a cool name.
Unfortunately, that's not actually his name, but it's a
Oh,
name.
you
No, but
I'm so gullible every time.
We invented that back in the day, and Charles got in touch with it, so he's probably watching. Hello, Charles. It was so nice when I got an email from him. Hello, Richard. It's Charles Stell.
Did he
here.
email in that voice?
Yeah, he emailed in that voice, and I got it. And he's had, unfortunately, she's no longer with us, a lovely wife called Brandy. And my old friend of mine called Jimmy and I went to America in 2006, and we met up with Charles Aloysius, which wasn't his name, but we gave it to him anyway. Charles Aloysius Stell, really lovely bloke, and his lovely wife Brandy. And in the night we had moonshine.
Moonshine.
Yeah, we had some moonshine, real genuine,
blame it on the
100%.
sunshine.
And it was
Don't blame
something
it on the
like,
moonlight.
it's 90 proof.
Blame it on the moonshine. What?
It's 90 proof. And woof,
Probably I shall never have
it
some.
blew our socks off. It really
Maybe if I
did.
did, I'd have like a tiny drop and I'd be drunk for weeks.
Well, I can tell you, we slept right the way through the night and for
Bet
the
you
next
did.
6 days.
Station Master's Choice says poteen is liquid spuds with a kick.
Ooh, liquid spuds.
Yes.
Ew, what do you
That's
do? Boil
Irish
them?
for you, I suppose.
Boil them and put them in
That
the
is
blender?
not meant to be an insult, by the way. Sorry?
Do you boil them and put them in a blender?
I would guess
Liquid
so.
spuds?
I guess so.
Or is it whiskey made from potatoes? Distilled from potato skins? Is that what it is?
Maybe.
A tarl, a very, very tarl whiskey skin. Anyway, enough of this gay banter. We must crack on to another comment that
John
you're reading.
W says, I would love to hear the music your choir does, Julia. Is this possible? I suppose it is possible. I mean, I could ask the lovely Richard to come and do a video and record us singing at some point. But I think we've done a lot of filming at Surrington Farm now, haven't we? But I could play it from here. It won't sound as good. What do you think?
Yes.
After some of the videos.
Yes, we're running swiftly out of time.
Yes.
But what we could do is, because don't you need to ask their permission or anything?
No,
do they not
I've already
care?
got their permission.
Oh, you've already. Well, in that case, you could play us out with it.
Oh, good idea.
There you go. See? Oh, I'm full of something. And you said I was full of shush. Get on with the next video. What are you laughing at?
It is correct.
It is. Right, I've got to push one of these buttons and I don't know which one to press. Right.
That one.
Have you ever been up to Scotland onto Culloden Moor?
No, I've been to Scotland, but not to Culloden Moor.
Well, there was a
Culloden,
famous battle
Culloden.
up there where some people beat up the other people.
That generally happens in a battle.
I think this was the last battle on soil in 17 something or other. Bernie's been up there to have a gander at it. Now, I always was told that in 1685 the last pitched battle was the Battle of Sedgemoor down at Western Zoyland in Humberside. Somerset, see, where they speak like that. Hello there, Farmer Pyle's country, you could say, sort of. But this is up in Scotland, and then this is in Scotland. So I think the last pitched battle in England was the Somerset one, and this one's up there in Scotland. See, a tarl, so to speak. So there we are. We've mixed up the whole of
My ears are bleeding.
the local area. All the different elements of this area, not all, because Ireland's a separate country, and John Foster will be after me with his little fella. Not his little fella, that made it sound even rude. The little people, he'll be sending them over.
The show just dropped a few notches.
With all the shamrock. Anyway, we must get on with it. So what was I going to play in? Whose video is this? Bernie up there to the Battle of Culloden. And he footed up there. Let's watch it.
We'll find out what that is in a moment, I guess. I'm standing here in the middle of Culloden Moor, where the last battle took place on the English mainland in 1746. $2,000 odd Jacobite soldiers slaughtered in the space of about half an hour. The loss of 300 English.
Well, here's a very simple map and interpretive board. You never really get long enough at these places on a coach tour, but the complication today was that the museum was shut, you guessed it, because of COVID. So there wasn't really much time to get an added experience. I just walked round the battlefield to get the atmosphere. They say the birds don't sing there, but I heard plenty of them singing.
The Well of the Dead. Chief of MacGillivray's must be this here. And this is probably interesting is probably the wrong word to use, but it's a strange place because I'm told that no birds ever fly over it.
The stones and that you've just seen mark where the various members of the clans were buried on the battleground, and I just put in a bit of a soundtrack to give it a bit of atmosphere. This cairn was put up, I think, 1881 as a memorial to the battle, and it's certainly an area that stops and makes you think. And yet the more you look into it, and I won't go into it in too much detail here, it's a very strange thing, because some people call it the last Jacobite rebellion. It seems that it didn't have very much to do with the Jacobites or fighting for Bonnie Prince Charlie. Most of it was to do with the anger that Scotland and England were joined as a union, and even the English were fighting with the Scots and the French. So it was a bit of a multinational force. Worthy of further study, I think.
Now, this is the kind of terrain that the Jacobites were trying to get through, with the English firing everything metallic they could at them. Lead shot, cannons, you name it. Didn't really stand a chance, did they?
What do you make of that?
You're doomed, Captain Mannering. You're doomed. The Jacobites are rising.
Yeah.
As Fraser once said in a very famous sitcom based on the Jacobite Rising of 1745, which is 5:45 on my watch. So I don't know whether that's AM or PM. Oh, it'll have to be a PM, and it's 17:45. Yeah, of course. Fantastic. Thank you, Bernie. And as somebody says, you don't have to get about. And he only went up there this afternoon, despite the winds. He was trying to go somewhere else, but he just got blown up there. It's an outrage. Yeah, no, that's fascinating. So nothing to do with the Jacobites then, and all to do with the other stuff he said.
Yes.
Whatever it was. Marvellous. Now, I feel that we ought to put the phone on, otherwise we're going to run out of time and nobody's going to give us a call. We do still have a video by Mark and his brother, and then Mark Burgess, and Lynn B's got another one. So we'll see how we go, but look at that. I said...
As if by magic.
As if by magic. Hang on, I'm trying to answer the thing.
Yep.
Bear with me, caller. Bear with me.
Hello, good
Bear with
evening.
caller. Hang on, I'm not plugged in yet.
Oh, yeah.
There
Good
we are,
evening,
plugged in
caller. How are you doing? Who have we got on the line?
It's Ray Horsham here.
Yay,
Ray in
hello.
Horsham. Hello, Ray in Horsham. How the devil?
I got in very quick there, didn't I?
You did,
did.
yeah. Good for you, because the sand timer of doom is running out.
Yeah. I'm sitting here in candlelight, but I have got a generator running to run my router, so I can actually watch you on my iPad.
Why? Have you had a power cut then?
Yes, we're at North Horsham. It's gone out
It's gone out.
because most of our wires come overhead. So obviously there's a tree down somewhere down between here and the A264,
Just
and we're all out around the area.
bear with me 1 second. This is the VBC Home Service, the Vobes Broadcasting Home Service. All the lights have gone out around North Worthing. Lance, no, where did he say?
No, North Horsham.
North Horsham. Please start your generators and try not to worry. I put out an all points bulletin there, so we'll be all right now, Ray.
Thank you. We have got a message from the national network, so it's going to be about 9 hours.
Oh, that's not bad, is it, for them?
Well, I don't know, but hopefully we can let some power before the morning.
Because I imagine, if a fuse went and you had to call out Seaboard, they'd probably say,
Oh, we can come next Thursday.
Yeah.
but so 9 hours, count your lucky stars, really.
One.
But I was going to phone about Whiskey in the Jar is a very old Irish folk song. And I know Thin Lizzy did it as a pop song relatively recently, but it was never their song.
No.
It goes back many years. It's over 150 years old.
Is it?
It's sort of like, yeah, oh yeah. It's well past copyright. There's no way that can be a copyright strike.
Well, there might be actually, because it has been covered by several band.
Yeah, but they're
that's
covering
right.
it. They're not the original, are they?
But I'm not playing their way of playing it. I've
No.
played it with a completely different backing to Thin Lizzy's backing and so on.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Touchwood.
And use different chords as well. I mean, they can't possibly say that's a copyright.
No.
Cool. Yeah. Touchwood.
There's a few others that we could play. The Wild Rover, Galway Shawl, and all that sort of stuff. They're all very old Irish folk songs. Although, I mean, Wild Rover's been played by Dubliners and so on quite recently.
How does it go? Wild Rover.
There's been a Wild Rover for many a year. Blah, 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 blah. I can't sing. I'm not going to sing them.
Oh, just asking.
Actually, Wild Rover is a Scottish song. Funny enough.
I the Wild Rover, I saw the wild guider do rover.
Oh, what's that?
What?
Yeah.
Absolutely, it's an old Scottish song, but the Irish have claimed it. But,
Good for them.
It is well.
They like that anyway, aren't they?
Let's say it's a Celtic song.
It's a Celtic. That does it all. A tarla, I don't know.
Is it Celtic or Celtic? What are we supposed to say?
No,
Celtic.
Celtic is a football team.
Right, so that's specifically the football team.
Celtic is the tribal name for northern.
It's always confused me, so thank you for that.
Yeah, because the Celts, they were everywhere, and then they all went west
Celts
and
and
north,
their kilts.
didn't they? When the Romans, isn't that
yeah.
the theory? When the Romans came, they called it the Brits.
Well, there is
Is that where the word
but
kilt came from? From Celt?
If you look at the DNAs, all this business with Ancestry.com and stuff, if you look at the DNA culture of the majority of people in the British Isles, there's actually more Celts in England than there are in Wales and Scotland and Ireland, funny enough, in terms of the bloodlines.
Right.
So, I mean, I know some of the Scottish and Irish know, the ginger hair and all that sort of thing is peculiar to them, but it's not. There's actually more Celts in England, and probably more Celts in London than there are in Ireland, funny enough.
Well, my son Billy's got ginger hair.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have it. Look, can you see any ginger hair? Look, can you see any ginger hair?
Yeah, loads.
Oh, thanks.
Not in yours, no.
No, thanks. If you saw any, they wouldn't be ginger anyway.
2, 3.
They might be grey, but
5.
shush.
Anyway, I did lose 3 trees today.
Oh no!
Yeah, but well.
Did you find them?
2 of them.
Big trees, little trees, medium?
No, they're not that big. Well, I mean, let's say the trunks are about a foot thick.
Right.
That sort of size.
Essie size.
So mature, but not
Essie size.
Not veteran.
Essie size.
Well, 30 feet high. I mean, one across the road at the front. I managed to drag it back in with the car, so it's off the road.
Yeah.
But the trouble is that sort of wood's no good for your burners.
Why? What kind is it? Pine.
Well, it's basically pine. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it does burn.
Yeah.
But it's very tarry, isn't it?
Yeah. Foul up the old chimney. Give me a chimney fire.
Yeah, so that will probably go on the bonfire down the bottom of the garden sometime later to get rid of it.
You should get it on there now. You could generate your own. It'll be a bit wet, won't it? It won't be any good now.
It will take a while, yeah.
Yeah.
But there you are.
Yeah, well, as soon as the wind started coming, I thought, I bet there's some trees down that I could just. If only you were able to sort of put out a message and say, if you've got a tree down, I'll come and. But I haven't got
Facebook.
Yeah, I haven't got a portable. What do you call it? Chainsaw.
Yes.
To chop them up and load them in. Yeah, but there might be people
That's a shame,
there
innit?
who's got them. Michael White says the Irish had the kilt before the Scottish, and the bagpipes originated in India.
No, that's right. Yeah, I mean the Scottish like to claim them, but
They were a bunch of thieves, aren't they?
Even tartan is actually not purely Scottish. Tartan is actually something created by the British Army. Funny enough, going right back. But anyway, let's not get into all that.
No,
anyway,
we don't.
I just saying that I'll try a few other folk songs because they should never be a copyright strike.
Well, we love them all. We love
do.
them all, Ray.
Yeah.
We just want your company.
I
We
mean,
just
to
want
be
your
honest with you,
videos.
I think I'll just demonetise the channel. Then no one can say anything. Because, I mean, I probably in the last month earned £2. So for the sake of £2, if we just did a collection and everyone's...
Oh, I'll send you a fiver just for the sake of it.
Yeah, there you go. See, I mean, it doesn't really make any money.
There are ways and means around these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then they
Okay,
they can say whatever they like, but they won't knock us off the air.
All right, we'll do a bit of Elvis Presley then.
I'll send. There you go. Then because if they
Right.
did, I'll send Julia onto them.
Okay, right, well, I don't want to take up too much time because I'm sure Kane, not Kane,
Zane.
Zane wants to phone.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
Zane wants to
Zane.
phone. So nice to speak to you, and have a good day.
And just
And
before you
you.
go, have you got enough fuel to keep the generator going?
Well, it's going at the moment. I've probably got probably an hour and a half left. Hopefully, the power will be on before the morning. Otherwise, I'll have to nip down to the garage so I can run the central heating and the hot water off it.
Oh dear. Well, if you get
Well, I mean,
cold, pop down to Worthing. We'll get the old get the SE up and running.
And bring a tree
that's
while
good
you're at
idea.
it.
Yeah, bring a tree if you see any trees en route. En route. Oh my
En route,
god. Yeah.
Well, they're off route by then, I think.
Yes, that's true.
But
Lovely to talk to you, Ray.
Right, cheerio.
Take care, lovely.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, there we go. That's a lovely Ray from Horsham. He is a ray of hope.
He is. Audrey Forbes Hamilton says, Julia, do you know The Butcher Boy by Sarah Boyle? It would suit your voice, I think.
Butcher boy, the butcher
No, I don't know that
boy,
one, but
do
I shall
you
have to look
know
it
the
up.
Butcher boy,
In fact,
he
I'm
had
going to write it
a
down.
giant toy, the butcher
that I can
boy, the
remember.
butcher boy. Oh, do you know the
What's
butcher
that?
boy? What?
Oh, yeah, it's gone.
We have another caller. Hello, caller. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, who be this then?
Who'll be that then?
Hello.
Hello.
F-I-B.
It's who?
F-I-B. F-I-B.
Okay.
F-I-B.
FAB, you're over modulating.
5,
4, 3, 2.
You really know
One.
what you are.
Thunderbirds are go.
No, it's Monty Python. Our goal.
Oh, Monty Python will go.
It's Luff and Brian.
Oh yes, your bit. Yeah, but the Thunderbird here, sitting in the studio, that went up in this. In the
Oh, very clever.
yes, FAB.
Very good.
Yes,
Didn't see that coming, did I?
No,
No,
but
I didn't see that
we
coming, because
knew
there's
you
40
were
minute-
coming.
minute, 40
Which
second
is-
delay.
Why Julia put it there, and the FAB. You see, It's
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Yes, your friend in was it Kentucky?
Kentucky. Which one?
Brandy, your friend's.
Oh
wife,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, in Arkansas.
You were going. I saw the video with your mate going over to the airport in America. But which one was that?
That was a different mate called Paul. We did the what do you call it? Never eat shredded wheat. We did the east side of America then. But the year before we did the central bit, we came in at Chicago and we went down from Chicago to San Antonio, Texas, where we discovered the Texan police carry guns and they're more than happy to point them at you. We discovered that. So
Did you manage to be more than happy to point a British flag at them?
I didn't have. I just pointed a microphone at him actually and said, "Here, would you like to talk into this?" And he said, "Oi, I'm not actually."
You were dropping the ball to not have an English flag on it.
Yeah, I did drop the ball there, but
Oh dear.
that was yes.
Mind you, might have got you in some dark water. Dark water.
Dark water. Mm.
Actually, if you've ever heard of the film Stillwater with Matt Damon, you ought to see that film. It's brilliant.
I've seen the Matt Damon one where it's like a 007 thing. What's that series?
Yeah,
called?
Born Supremacy.
Oh yeah, the Born Again
yeah.
Supremacy, where he's a Christian and he gets born a second time, and then the mafia are after him. Is that the one?
God, joke a minute with you tonight, isn't it,
Oh,
Richard?
it's a joke a minute here. Absolutely. So we do our best, you know. We try to entertain the masses. Mostly we turn them
with
off.
the music you were talking about earlier,
Yes.
you had multiple people talking about certain things. There was someone called, or a group called Indesio by Lucas Baez, which is a kind of modern kind of a Latino style of music, but I'm not entirely sure whether or not that was seen as copyright in itself, even though you were talking about copyright.
Sing a song.
That in itself is an intriguing question. How could he, therefore, if he was an artist, copy someone else and making his own style of music on the basis of that particular riff, was seen as his own artistic expression?
Well, you do ask a very complicated question in very simple terms. But I want you to sing a track from this Latino. What is an Latino
I can't even
accent?
sing it. Well, hold on a minute.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely sure if you can, but here we go. No, maybe not. Or maybe I can.
Go on, give it a whirl.
No, I don't think it's going to work.
No, we want you to sing it, not play it on your phone, you fathead. We knew what you were up to. We've seen the videos. Now listen. Did you have much wind down in Stroud?
We had a pretty straightforward, mundane, windy mellow moment.
Oh, did you?
Other than weighted plastic pipes on the cable, the wires, and they were taken down a day before, in the full knowledge that if you have weighted wire, plastic things on wires, they tend to assist in the wind, so therefore that tends to attract momentum for the weight of the wires to get in contact with each other. That's why a small experience of some high wind the other day shown excessive contact where there was green high voltage 240 volt a stream of electricity was streaming down exposed parts of the wires, and it was quite exciting to watch.
Just hold on a sec. Just hold your breath for a second. What's he on about?
Contact of wires in electricity pylons.
Yeah. So yeah. Now I asked you, did you have much wind in Stroud? And then we got this.
That was the result.
Was that the
wind.
answer? That long, complicated business about wires and.
Well, welcome to the world of my good old silliness of Asperger's and that bullshit.
Oh, fantastic! Well, we love it. We do love it, of course. You said you had a Windy Miller moment.
Well, Windy Miller moment. But like David Miller.
Yeah, David Miller. I was thinking, as soon as you said that, I wanted to say, "Time flies by when you're driver of a train," but that's not Windy Miller's song. And I was trying to think of how does Windy. That's.
You're talking about Ivan the.
No, not Ivan the engine.
Ivan the train back in the day.
No, Windy Miller. What Windy Miller in Trumpton or Camberwick Green?
Camberwick Green.
Was it Camberwick Green? And you've got
the
fire.
Yeah.
You've got the fire brigade. You know that
Yes.
does the time flies by. No, the one in the which is the one in the train. Is time flies by when you're driver of a train with something on the footplate there and back again. Under bridges, over bridges to my destination. Da 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 da. I can't remember it because I was a kid when I was.
You're worryingly good with your memory, aren't you?
Yes, yes. I had it removed.
It's quite disturbing.
Telling me.
Julia, how do you keep him under control?
She doesn't.
I don't.
She don't.
Some people think that I pull his strings.
Yeah.
Does anyone tell him what to do?
Right.
Just quickly, there was a comment. Oh yeah, Sean says.
Yeah,
Sean says. There is a life-sized Thunderbird 3 at Humberside Airport.
Life-size of Thunderbird 3 or Thunderbird 1?
Thunderbird 3. That's the big red one, isn't it?
The big
red one, isn't it? With the arms that come out, you know.
Oh yeah, Thunderbird 3. Is it life-size of Thunderbird? I thought I read it as Thunderbird 1, but maybe you're quite right. Where is he?
Down,
down,
Thunderbird
down
3. And out. Yeah.
Why Thunderbird 3 of all Thunderbirds?
I wonder if there's a
Why couldn't they just have Stingray?
Stingray!
I wonder if there's a picture of it on the internet.
Stingray. Absolutely.
Let's have a look, see if there is on the internet. Thunderbird 3. Where is it? Thunderbird 3. Humberside. All right. Where?
Click down. Look there. There.
Oh, you just look.
3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds on go.
Right, we're just looking now to see the finest picture we can find, and
oh, cool.
There it is.
So it's actually integrated into part of the building.
Oh my God! It looked like a Lego model.
It did look like a Lego model.
That is awesome.
That looks like it's
That's
about
fucking
30.
awesome. It's right, language.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, FAB, but you are live on
FAB.
air on the Vobes Show. Please do not swear.
We must
Smack your wrist.
We must, for copyright reasons, we must say a big thank you to Chris Hall, whose photograph this is, taken on an Olympus camera in fine pics in 2000 and something.
That's a really lovely piece of photographic material.
Yes. What is?
That photo.
Oh,
How complimentary can one be?
One can't be any more complimentary. I think that's
Anywho,
probably...
we are 5
Do you know
minutes
what I
over.
find kind of interesting with the technical details of a camera? It says f-stop 34, doesn't it?
It does it. No, f-stop 3.5. In actual fact, at 170.
So what was that 34? Or was that ISO 34?
I've no idea. I may have made that bit up. It is possible.
Yeah, it says for 64 ISP 64.
Yeah.
We got 9.7 focal length.
Yeah, the flash was in auto mode. And
Exposure 0 because that's automatic at 3.5 f. Exposure 1.7.
yeah. Is it 9 point?
We're looking at pretty non-manual camera work here. That's automated.
Well, it's
you can't by definition typically get that kind of combination.
No, a 9.7
manually.
millimeter. It's a very
As
wide.
it says, it's a digital still camera.
Yes,
Right there.
It's like a little pocket camera, isn't it? 9.7 is a very wide angle.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that gay banter. Thank
Enough
you
of
for
that technicality and that absurdity.
We've
Well,
lost-
how dare we talk about?
We've lost all our viewers
camera
now.
points.
We've lost all our viewers. Are going, what are they?
Every
on
single
about?
one.
What is it? Oh, you want me to scroll down? There we go.
Do you know,
I was
while
just trying to
we're
point out the
on silliness, I got to tell you, one day when you do come down to these parts,
Yes.
both of you, we're going to have to entertain you to the world of Laura Lee.
Oh, Laura Lee, yes, and he wrote not only the hang on, don't tell me, Cider with Rosie, but he also wrote that fantastic one. I think the best book that I've ever read. The Journey to Spain. I never remember the blooming title.
Yes, he was part of the Marco routine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the reason I'm mentioning Laura Lee was because you're a gentleman who did the video in regards to the Scottish massacre routine, and I thought, why not add a bit of like historical facts also that took place with Spain, and Laurie Lee went to Spain to assist.
He did,
book.
and
Yeah.
the book. I mean, it's one of those books that you can read many times. And his description, there's one description is he comes into London and he goes and he's walking down. He just sort of decides to go and he just goes. Anyway, he's walking through London and he's just making his way to Spain, as you do, and he's going through Wembley and he describes the houses of the suburbia. And it's just this description of how he talks about the people inside the big windows fermenting. I haven't put it in the same words as he, but he used the word for how they were fermenting, like in, like demijohns, where people were behind just ferment. And I just thought it was so, anyway.
You mean like Victorian glass? How it kind of
no idea.
defragmentates the image.
Could well have been, but he was just talking about people being
yeah.
stagnant, really, and being fermenting in suburbia as he was wandering.
Talk about fermenting, and sorry for cutting you short because time is short.
Yeah, time's gone.
You've got a you had a bottle of Yellowtail in the back of the studio. Have you consumed that yet?
Oh, no, it's still there because I don't drink.
You're going to ferment it furthermore now, are you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Joke alert.
It's wine, and we don't really drink wine in this world.
No, dear, well, how bloody dare you?
Well, it's too much sugar in wine.
More for me.
We'll bring it down.
Yes, and one final thing before I leave you two gentlemen, lovely people.
Yes.
I'm going to say a complete pleasure always to have time talking to you guys because, I love your humour as always. And I just want to add, before I go, 1 hour of extra routine. Have you ever considered doing a 24-hour time thing on your camera when it comes to your beach through the day?
No.
it's just so that at least you could say, I've been for a walk, and look, I've got proof of the pudding for it. But yeah, really, you being having a cup of coffee in front of your Adele Egbert, no less, in front of your essay, and you are there reading on old English books, but yet at the same time you play the idea that there you are reading something special and intellectual, whilst you could say that you've been working hard at everything.
I'm so sorry, FAB, but we're going to have to cut you off because we it's
don't know
10
what
past the hour.
Anyway,
Yeah,
But thank you so much for calling in.
It's been absolutely lovely.
anyway, lots of love.
Take care.
And you,
all
love
the
you.
best.
Mwah.
There we go. That was FAB. I've just unplugged the phone in case somebody else rings in, which we can't take the call. Sean James Cameron just reminds us that here is a box, a musical box, wound up and ready to play. But this box can hide a secret inside. Can you guess what's inside it today? Was that Campbell Wick Green with the bloke that goes up and down like this? Round the music box, I seem to remember that, but can't bring the tune to my mind, which is a bit of a shame.
I don't know if I ever knew the tune.
No. What was his name? Somebody Murphy, wasn't it? Somebody Murphy's Puppets. Graham Murphy's Puppets or something like that. I can't remember. 24-hour phone call. Yes, that's what it is, John. I don't know why I've still got those on.
No, me neither.
Unfortunately, we couldn't get to Mark Burgess's video, but we will get to that on Mundaddy. We will also get to Lynn B's second video on Mundaddy as well. So thank you very much to Lynn B for the horse logging and woodcrafts. You particularly enjoyed that. Ray of Hope and the Whiskey, and for Ray for calling in, of course. Bernie for taking us up to Culloden Moor, in which we saw the last of the battles in Britain. And when I say the last of the battles, obviously not the Battle of Britain, which was a battle in Britain. I just know what I'm talking about. And sorry to Charles, whose video we couldn't watch because of the music problem. Gordon Murphy, there we are. Thank you, Mark Burgess. Yes, Gordon Murphy and his puppets, fantastic. That was the Trumpton series.
Seabird is asking, where do you get your jumpers? He wants one.
My jumpers come from the lovely and one and only and unique fashion designer of Bognor, the wonderful
Mary Hammond.
Mary Hammond jumpers. Mary Hammond, who once knitted for Harrods.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately, you can't have any because you'd be nicking them from me. So there we are. We can if you email
we might
me.
Be able to hook
we
you up
can
with...
hook you up with Mary, and Mary can
hook. She's a crochet.
We can knit you one, drop one, and fluff one. Go on, Richard. It was Thunderbird 6. Lord Geoffrey Harrison. Yes, Thunderbird 6 was the biplane, wasn't it?
Oh,
it was the biplane.
Where's the high plane?
And there was a film called Thunderbird 6. There was a film called Thunderbird 6. You thought you could catch me out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so there we go. Ron Langley says that this is very true. Oh, he's talking about something. Your jumpers are lovely, says Tracy Murphy. They are indeed. The hour clock thing is lying, but we must go, ladies and gentlemen. We have things to do.
Yes, because we don't actually start that till almost 20 past.
That's very true. So there's 20 minutes left.
No, 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Thereabouts.
Yes, because we've been going on far too long, and I need to put logs on the Essie and have a cup of tea. Have a wonderful weekend. Try not to get blown away if you're in Sussex, because apparently more wind is coming. But if you do have a tree that's fallen down that I can burn in my Essie, do let me know. I'd be interested to make a small donation to your retrieval fund. But that's it from the lovely Julia and me.
Did we want a song to play out?
Oh, yes, we're going to play out, of course, with the what are they called?
Gathering Lights Choir.
The Gathering Lights Choir.
I think I will play in this one. It's one of the latest ones I've learnt with them. It's called Spring Arose.
You'll have to hold it up to the microphone.
Yes, I will.
Yeah, of course I will. Are you ready?
I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the Gathering Lights Choir with Spring Arose.
I don't know if I started playing after we started singing. Yes, I did. And each flower and herb on earth's dark breast rose from the tree of its wintry rest.
Beautiful, once more.
And spring arose in the garden fair.
In the garden fair.
his wintry rest. Did we have a bit more harmony in there?
No, we didn't. Well, that's all we've got time for, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. It's 1:15 and everyone's got to go home too. But there we are. Maybe we can play some more on the next show.
Maybe.
Thank you very much for joining us. Will you be back on Monday?
I believe so.
There we are. It's marvellous. Have a good weekend. Look after yourselves. Thanks so much for coming in. Until next time, why did Windy Miller never get hit by the windmill sail when he hit the Cameo's door? Don't know. Till next week, we'll have to wait and see. Ta-da!
Bye for now.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Bye for now.
She was just saying goodbye.